Good morning, good people. I am tired. See how I'm gonna sit in this chair. I might need to go sit in my other chair. But let me see if I can sit in this chair. If I have to, I'll go over there. I think over there might be a little more comfortable. He did what? Can't believe we have adults speaking this way. What way? Man, let's get into this, man. It's early in the morning, and I ain't got that much time. Good morning to y'all as y'all come in. Good morning, good morning. Hopefully, I can get this out the way before I got to go do the things I need to do. I might not get to all of it. I got to go to do a few things this morning. But I want to go over these videos real quick because I think it's an attack on women. Yeah. I'm on the women's side on this. I think there's an attack on women. They want women to be accountable all of a sudden, all at once. And I think for so long, and I'm not talking about all women, I'm talking about the ones that this fit. Some women have been responsible, but there's others that haven't. They've been like me. They've been irresponsible. They've been out there having babies like me. I'm not judging anybody. And doing their thing, just spreading their seed. But they needed somebody else to take care of their kids. So, and that's been a theme, and that's been a thing for generation after generation. And now all of a sudden that's over. So I think they want the world to end. Huh? Did you hear Stephen A. Snitch talking about some of my grandma cooking? Man, when he started talking like that, just thought it was funny. He said, "Is grandma cooking?" Oh man, Stephen A. Grandma cooking, huh? That's all good, Stephen A. We all got some cooking from somewhere. But yeah, man, I think there's an attack on women. You can't expect this quick response. But there's some people reacting to the SNAP benefits about to end. There's going to be a lot of married men who benefit from this. Married men capitalize on women that need them because they need you to be quiet. They need you to shut the hell up so they can skin down a little paper. Wife don't know, nobody don't know. They go over here, take care of them. They take care of them. Fair's change, no rapper. So these married men are going to clean up. So a lot of you married ladies, when y'all talking shite, your husband gonna act like he going to play golf. You know, he gonna act like he playing golf, set up a couple business meetings. But yeah, he gonna be in the hood somewhere, making sure that them girls get them SNAP benefits. So let's get into this video right here because I do think it's an attack on women, and it's an attack on us as a society because they're already starting to rob and loot grocery stores. If you haven't noticed, um, grocery stores are being robbed and looted. This is on the THPP network. That's the original content. But if you guys don't know what's going on in the world today, um, grocery stores are being looted and things of that nature. And a lot of people don't know that November 1st is D-Day. I'm naming it D-Day. That's D-Day that a lot of people are going to realize they're not as independent as they thought, that they're not as strong as they thought. There's going to be a lot of Negroes that was getting held up by these women. They're no longer going to have a check or anything to rely on. There's going to be a lot of people trying to look for opportunities and ways to get money. There's going to be women by day 3 or 5 out there in these hotels with their face in the pillow. And that's the sad reality, but it's the truth of the matter. Um, and there's gonna be these jack boys, these little Hunger Game little niggas gonna be out trying to rob these niggas because it's gonna be bad out here in the streets. Now I know a lot of people might think this is a good thing that hey, we getting some people off the tit, um, that we getting these freeloaders back in order. But I don't think they thinking about the backlash that's going to happen from the so-called freeloaders not having a way to eat after you provided a way to eat for them for so long. My opinion is, I think you better give them the damn money. After so many people have seen you give money to illegals, after so many people see the government giving money to other countries and for different causes, you would rather now have kids go hungry, albeit that the mother is irresponsible, father ain't there, whatever. We understand that. But you saying you would rather the civil unrest that is about to occur on citizens other than give them that money and maybe take it away from one of these little programs you've been sending overseas and stuff like that. I know that Caucasians will receive more government benefits, so that means them Caucasian ones gonna be in your yard stealing your goddamn trailer. They gonna be stealing your ATV, your AC units. They gonna be, boy, you better not leave a house unattended. Them motherfuckers. It's gonna be all kind of ways. People, it's gonna affect people different, and different people in different nationalities are gonna do different crimes. Y'all know how we get it when we don't got no money. You know how they get it when they don't got no money. A lot of crime, a lot of petty stealing is going to go up. A lot of robberies are going to go up. A lot of men are going to be accused of some sexual things because they're going to have more access to women that need their money. It's going to be people sitting back in the hood now like, yeah, LaTanya, you thought you was a bad bee, huh? They're going to be waiting on LaToya. And it's going to get bad. It's going to get real, real, real bad. So November 1st, I'm naming it D-Day. That's going to be the day it starts. All the bullshit might start November 1st because that's when that check ain't going to hit. But it's going to be around 5 days into that day. November 5th is going to be all hell break loose day. Because by that 5th day, the motherfucking bills ain't getting paid. They wasn't able to turn that jig off them stamps. Shit, 5 days into it, it's going to be a problem. Hotel bookings are going to go up because these married niggas are going to be booking these rooms, to be booking these bad, you know what. But yeah, prostitution is going to be at an all-time high. Damn. I would rather you get the money because the mama's going to be gone getting that money how they live. So it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem out here, boy. December going to be it, Kwame. Oh, December is already, the shit going to be burning. At Christmas, they finna try to work all November to get the Christmas stuff. People ain't going to feel it because a lot of people's legs going to be way back here. It's going to be people with their legs way back here and they face downward. And they going to make sure their kids have a good Christmas. Now, after that, they're going to be so and tired. So I don't know how they're going to keep this shit up. But so, yeah, it's going to be a lot of rappers get robbed. A lot of athletes, baby count going to go up. Yeah, they going to definitely let you niggas hit it raw now. Baby going up because they're going to be after that child support now. They got to play the child support game heavy. You niggas that wasn't on child support and your baby mama was cool with you, that shit over with. If baby mama was cool and she was on a little benefits and them shits got taken, nigga, you the new supplement. You better hurry up and make a deal. Cut a deal now. Just send her something right now. Send her a cash app before November 1st. Make sure she know that you got her back. So when she's scratching her head and shit, when that water bill comes, she be like, oh, my baby dad, she'll just have a glimmer. Oh, my baby daddy looked out. He must have been a blessing. You don't want her to think, what the fuck am I going to do? And she look around and she see kids and shit. She don't see you. Oh, hell no. I'm doing this by myself. She going to make that phone call on your ass. Don't let her make that phone call. Just send her a cash out. Don't go get no beer, no cigarettes, no nothing. Whatever you was going to get, whatever betting money that you was going to do with your homeboy, slot machine money, send it all to her. I'm telling you. Hey, your ass going to be in trouble. And look down at the cat. Hey, look here. I wish I owned a hotel after November 1st. Because, boy, to get that Christmas money, them hotel fees, boy, them hotels about to get booked. Damn. They're going to have to reinforce the beds in 2 months. No swagger, Kwame. Wait, no Planned Parenthood now? Ain't going to be no more Planned Parenthood. Everybody keeping the baby. Shit, no. Planned Parenthood percentages are about to hit a record low. Because you got to go through with it to get the money. So, yeah. Motherfuckers going to be like, what? I'm a Christian. I'm not having no abortion. They finna change they tune with that shit. Any nigga that got a job now, you niggas that are brick masons and plumbers, I bet they like y'all ass now. Oh, sorry. I don't want to laugh. This is a serious subject. It's twofold. It's serious, but some of the shit I'm gonna say gonna make it funny. I'm not trying to laugh because this is gonna be bad. I ain't gonna lie. I would rather them keep the benefits because I know the shit that people gonna have to do in order to keep up an image. So it's sad, man. It's really unfortunate. But me, I'm a little slow. I can find a way to joke about anything. But I'm not going to joke on the kids because I'm from that. I came up through SNAP benefits. So it's some people that actually need it that's going to be kicked off this program that I feel bad for. Yeah, it's some people that's going to be kicked off the program that I feel actually bad for. But it's some of these no good skeezers. They're going to be kicked off. Ticket said you got attacked. Well, they said I got attacked on Twitter. They said they're going to spit on me if I go to a Laker game. But I wasn't planning on going to no Laker game anyway, so thank God. But they said it's a no-fly zone for me at a Laker game because I said something. I gave a basketball take on Bronny. But they can call a black man Westbrick. They can say they're going to spit on me, something that white men did in the slavery days. They want that for me. They want to spit on a black man, knowing the racial connotation, the racial undertone for another black man, all because I gave a basketball take. Got to be. And these niggas think they with black power or some shit. They think that they actually righteous and they doing the right thing by stopping somebody for talking about a black hero. These motherfuckers are crazy. But this part right here, what you mean you agree with 100%, 1,000% DNA tested at birth? No. That's attack. That's an attack on women. First of all, already 40% of births in the United States are blamed on the wrong parent. So you already know that. So why are you going to force these women when you know 40% of them are already lying? And then you're going to catch another percentage now that it's mandatory. So I think this is an attack on women. I think it's their body, their choice, their right to lie to a nigga. Let me look at the chat like LeBron did when he was faking like he was flopping. Because y'all know I'm bullshit. Let me look at the chat like LeBron. See who on my side. See if the ladies got my back. Hey, boy, look at here. Hey, all you niggas that got them trade jobs that them girls been disrespecting, boy, y'all about to go to the top of the totem pole because the basketball players and the rappers can't be around them all the time. So you niggas better start protecting yourself. You port workers and y'all tradesmen that's in these small towns, you niggas are the new NBA players. These girls about to start seeing y'all niggas in y'all dirty vests. They about to start saying, "Ooh, look at you." Y'all niggas about to start getting looked at like y'all Chris Brown around this bitch. Y'all niggas better not think y'all fine now. I think all you niggas ugly. I mean, that's just me. And none of you niggas better not be in the chat talking about, nigga, I look better than you and trying to show me that you look good. Because, nigga, I'm going to think that's weird. Every nigga in the world ugly than me. But I'm just saying that these women are going to start putting y'all, because y'all are around every day and y'all make 6 figures. Yeah, that means y'all could get put on child support. Yeah. And they can pull out that check right there from your town. I know some niggas that work at the port, they paying $1,500, $2,500 for a child. That first one, boy. When them high letter cars, they get that first baby. Woo. Them niggas pay like an NBA player. So, yeah, you high letter cars, you motherfucking electricians, y'all better watch out. It's going down. Y'all better watch out. All right, so they hitting them with the DNA testing and they taking the SNAP benefits. This got to be an attack on women.
Now, because a lot of confusion has been going on during the years, so now they're making it to you have to take a DNA test as soon as the baby is born with the dude that you claim to be the dad.
A new bill at the Ohio State House could.
Now, why does that make any damn sense? Why would anybody make it mandatory with a guy that you accusing of being the dad? Why would anybody do that? That's stupid. You already saying he the dad. So why would anybody want to know if that's the dad? It ain't none of their business. No, I think that's an attack on women. That's definitely got to be something like an attack on women. Because just why would they want to know that? Getting all up in these women's business. It's already their body, their choice. Now y'all want to know who their baby daddy is? Like, what y'all want to know that for? Attacking these people. Plumbers, welders, pipe fitters, HVAC techs, electricians. We up, fellas. Act accordingly. Get your passport. KB, stop the cap. Laugh out loud. You know. I'm just saying. Why would anybody want to know? I just don't get it. I'm just scratching my head. Why would anybody want to ask a young lady, why would you want to mandatory test this when this girl already said what she said? And y'all said believe all women. Y'all can't see how these women are getting confused. You have ran campaigns on believe all women. Their body, their choice. You can't tell a woman what to do. You can't tell a woman how to dress. And now you want to tell a woman to tell the truth about their baby daddy? You want to hold them to that standard, that the guy that they said that this is his kid, you want them to actually prove that shit on the spot? Have y'all not seen Murray, how many times he done been behind one of them women laying on top of them because they were crying because they done bought one baby daddy, 2 baby daddy, 3 baby daddies, and none of them was the daddy? Have y'all not seen these shows? Did y'all think they was acting or something? I think this is an attack on women.
Soon offer DNA testing for newborns, not to check for diseases, but to confirm who their parents are. Now, this Right to Know Act would require hospitals to inform parents of the option of DNA testing right after a birth. If passed, both mom and dad would be alerted of the testing opportunity, but they are not required to take advantage of it. State Representative Josh Williams of Toledo introduced the legislation, saying it could help reduce the number of.
Oh man, that ain't mandatory then. That is not mandatory. They saying that if they don't have to take advantage of it. So that means them women gonna be sitting up in that bed waiting on them niggas to look like they ready to say yes. Just, you know how back in the day a man used to be able to, unfortunately, back in the day, a man used to be able to hit his wife and the woman have to say whether or not she's gonna press charges or not. So a woman would have bruises on her face, arm all swollen and shit. And then if the dude is there, the police would ask him. They wouldn't take the guy to jail immediately. The police would ask the female, do you want to press charges? With this big old nigga looking at her like, beat your ass again, bitch. You better not say shit. So them niggas be looking at him, and so the girl will be like, oh no, I don't want to press charges. Just leave. And that ain't mandatory. Now, if an officer see anything wrong with a woman, you could goddamn she can scratch her own arm on the door, punching you in the mouth, and hit her hand on the wall, punching you in the shit, and you going to jail because she got a bruise on her hand. So that's how it flipped. So if that's what you're gonna do, then it's gonna be women in that goddamn bed, all emotional at their husband, and she gonna be done prep that nigga. You know, if you ask for this goddamn test, we getting a divorce. I don't want to hear that shit. I done carried this child. I'm all emotional. If you ask for this goddamn test, I want half, motherfucker. I'm talking about now. I'm going for the pension. You gonna lose your job, motherfucker. I'm gonna tell about everything. I'm gonna tell him you hit me. I'm gonna tell him you hit me. I'm gonna tell anything I gotta say. You don't embarrass me like this. I'm a good girl. I ain't never do nothing like that. Oh man, they gonna put so much pressure on these niggas. Them niggas gonna be sitting there knowing in their heart of hearts they want a test, but they gonna be sitting there like, no, I don't want a test. Mad as shit that they ain't get a test. Knowing that little boy gonna grow up looking like their best friend. Knowing that the reason why they feel that way, because their girl get a little too loose around their homeboy that was a playboy in college. Knowing why they feel like that. They know why they feel like that. And I don't understand why women, a real woman, I don't see why she would have a problem with that. And I heard some other people say this too, because a woman understands a man want to feel proud about what's theirs. So any man that have doubt about what's theirs, they're gonna love them different. So if you are a woman that, if you putting your own feelings above this man wanting to know, then I think you are creating a very bad problem, because some dude back on the internet, I'm gonna start going over some of them videos. Yeah, one of our best YouTubers, he back. So yeah, I'm gonna start saying some words, you know what I'm saying, like he said, you know. So shit, that's gonna be very bad. So listen, men, we like to conquer things. It's my toy. We like to have exclusivity to things. This is mine. So once there's doubt, you don't want to put doubt in the man's head. So women, put your feelings to the side. Even if it hurts your feelings that he may think that you would step out in that manner, we can't take it. You can handle him thinking that and you can forgive him, but he's never going to get over the fact that you didn't want to have that test. In the back of his mind, you already solidified, this bitch must have been cheating with my homeboy Carl. Some bitch. I figured that. Otherwise, why wouldn't she want to take the test? But in front of your face, he going, yes, honey. Yes, whatever. But in the back of his mind, he plotting. And then all it takes, that little doubt for all them years, that make it easy for the cleanup woman. So why not take away that doubt so that that man can love that kid in his best, at his highest self, at his best point with no doubt? Why not take that away if you know you ain't do shit? Why not? What the hell my baby mama doing calling me? Let me play the video.
Maternity court cases in the state.
Okay, Ohio parents, listen up. There's a new bill, because you know they like to keep throwing bills at us, that's being proposed. It is called the Right to Know Act, and it can totally change what happens in the hospital when your baby is born. If parents go into the hospital and they have a baby and they are not married, the hospital is required, well, if this bill passes, the hospital would be required to offer a DNA test before the mother puts the father on the birth certificate.
I think when you have a baby, you should take the baby to get tested immediately.
You think so?
I think so.
Some people don't want to do that.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
What about you, Rizzy? You think the baby should get tested in any situation?
Well, no, I mean, I tested myself and my queen as it pertains to us long before we got to that point where we're even considering children. But in this day and age, yeah, certain things you have to do.
Supporters of this bill say that this protects kids. It gives them the clear legal paternity from day one. There is no questioning whether or not someone is their father or not. And other supporters say it can eliminate kids learning further down the road that someone is not their father when they thought it was.
I said, Auntie, I'm getting ready to go talk to Dad. And my aunt said, oh, you mean the man that raised you? What? Can you imagine as a grown-up you hearing that? Yeah. For the first time?
Oh man, Auntie messy as hell. Hey, Auntie talking about the man that raised you. Hey, look, Auntie, come on, Auntie, you messy as hell. You gonna tell him that and then don't tell him the whole truth? And this is a comedian. I know this comedian. I like his stuff too. So he said he learned as a grown man that his father that raised him wasn't his real father because of his auntie said what she said. I want y'all to hear this story.
Said, oh, you mean the man that raised you?
When they thought it was.
I said, Auntie, I'm getting ready to go talk to Dad. And my aunt said, oh, you mean the man that raised you? What? Can you imagine as a grown-up you hearing that? Yeah. For the first time? I'm like, what? That wasn't your, she go, to talk to your mom.
Because too many people don't have morals. People step out. People do all kinds of crazy things. They pretend to be one way. They're completely different way. 3 months into the relationship, a year into the relationship. So it depends. You have to know you with a very, very, very solid person who has their own set of principles to where they won't betray themselves by going out and doing something like that.
My world is, now you don't got my world just got blew up. I already don't look like nobody in the family. Then you tell me the man that raised me.
Damn, that's messed up. Oh man, hold on, let me change where I'm at. Yo, that's messed up, man. I don't mean to laugh. That brother say, I already don't look like nobody in the family. God dang. That's a messed up feeling that you know that you're not kin to the people that you being raised around. That you know that you're not as athletic, that you know you're not as tall, that you know that you don't have the same humor. Like, God, that got to be a messed up feeling, man. How can you do that to somebody? Like, I know people be thinking they doing the right thing. You ain't doing the right thing. You just lying like a mother trucker, trying to cover up your tracks from what you doing. But, golly, that's crazy. Hearing somebody say that, I mean, this is a grown man now, and we don't hear people's pain in the right way. And he's saying it, and he's a comedian. That's probably why he's so damn funny, because that's trauma. That's traumatizing. To have an auntie say that so nonchalant too. Like the whole family probably know about this, and he probably knew about this or felt this way his whole life. Kwame, everybody dunking except for you. Yeah, I can't dunk nothing right now. Hold on, let me set up my little tray right here, man, so I can raise this thing up. Hold on. Let me play this.
Go to my mama, and I said, Mama, I need to ask you a question before I leave. Please be honest with me. I said, Mom, is Daddy my real daddy? I'll tell you what she did. Boy, and walked off.
And they work at DNA testing centers. One guy had to quit. One guy still works there. He told me 40% of the children are not the man's child.
Damn. His mama told him, boy, and walked off. And you know what's crazy? That sound like 90% of the mamas that would do something like that. That sound like the answer that they gonna give you. Because the answer is always do what I say and not what I do. So that's crazy. It's a fucked up thing, but that is crazy to have a mama say that. Grown man or not, that's traumatizing.
40%. He said 40%.
Somebody called
and
Maury.
it's usually
DNA testing
it's
mandatory.
It's two scenarios. It's where the woman, the person's getting a DNA test because the woman claims that is their child. Turns out it's not. The other one is where the parent is on the deathbed and makes a confession, or they need a liver transplant, blood transfusion, and the blood type. There's no way that can actually be the father. So then they find out because of medical reasons. You mean that's not my father? Then the father finds out from that way. He said it took such a toll on him that he could no longer do it because he would be sitting on the phone counseling the men and the grown children who these women falsely accuse. We see it on Moore, we see it on paternity court, but yet we say men need to be.
And that's why a lot of these middle-aged men, they unaliving themselves because they can't take it. Life beat them down. They call them deadbeats, and then they find out some of these kids that they've been called deadbeats over, that's not even their kid. Kwame, you are the father. And so you think that's scamming? You think it's scamming if a woman tell the wrong man who the kid is? That shit happened to me, boy. This nigga wanted to kill me, boy. And that happened to me, my first son in high school. Another dude signed the birth certificate. I didn't even know he was my son. I told y'all this story. I didn't know he was my son until he was 2 years old. And then they brought this little slanted ass eye baby, big old fat little red little baby to me. And I said, what the hell? And it had these little slanted slits just like mine. I said, damn it. I done fucked up. I know I was supposed to say, yeah. But shit, I was a teenager. So I was like, damn it. I looked at my ball. I was like, oh, shit. So, hey. But the dude that was his girlfriend. So he was in college. And I guess we were in high school. We were seniors in high school. And he came back wanting to whoop my ass. I'm like, nigga, why you want to fight me? Nigga, who are you? Nigga, I don't. And the crazy thing is, we played on the same middle school team. We played on the same damn middle school team. And, but shit, he was in college. I didn't know nothing about him talking to this girl. Shit. I thought it was her responsibility to keep her legs closed, not my responsibility to not open them. You know, and if it make you feel any better, I didn't really. Never mind. We don't need to get into the detail. Yeah. So I got this kid now in high school. I'm like, what the fuck? And now I go to the league, and so his name is on the birth certificate. So then my agent at the time is like, don't you fucking take this blood test. And the crazy thing is how he found out that it wasn't his baby. His mama, before he married the girl, his mama took my son and went and got a DNA test. And so the mama saved her son. That's why I say mama bears that's in tune with their son, they saved their son, boy. His goddamn mama saved him, boy. Well, he think she fucked up his life. But she saved his ass because he was about to marry a woman that was hiding the fact that she had a son from another person. And so now imagine a woman having to tell this. Well, she didn't tell him. The mama came and told. So now the wedding is off. All this shit is off. So now everybody mad at me. She mad at me and shit. I'm like, what the fuck you mad at me for? You wasn't mad at me? Never mind. But I'm like, look, I don't got nothing to do with that. So now, because her marriage ended, she shifts her focus into, going after me. But she had already fucked up because another man signed the birth certificate. So my agent is like, my first agent was like, fuck her. He was like, there's nothing she could do. I could have done the Jay-Z thing, allegedly, if it's Jay-Z kid. I could have just said, I'm not going to ever take a blood test. You got another man on the birth certificate. Fuck you. But because I didn't have my father there, I went against what my agent told me. He told me just like this. He said, listen, the moment you take accountability for this kid, it's just going to be her trying to attack you for money. She's not going to let you see this kid. It ain't about no relationship with this kid. And you're going to see. I was like, nah, she being nice. And she was being nice before court. She was letting the baby come. I was building a relationship with him. But boy, when the number ain't come back the way she wanted, man, look at here. She snatched the baby up, hauled ass. I said, God damn. So now my oldest son, he think that I don't like him or we beefing because he got a life of turmoil because his mama fucked up from the word go. And he don't even know it. But his mama fucked up from word go. And then after you mess up from word go, you keep his real father away from him, arguing with him about money and shit. So it is. This child support system is fucked up, just as bad as this whole welfare system. I can see DL, Ricky Smiley, and Steve Harvey lecturing us on a real man is. Shit. Did you see the clickbait from Ticket? Uh, Dating you were attacked. Fella channel must be going through a shitter if he doing that. No, I think he said. I think the title said I was attacked, but then he said I was attacked on Twitter. Some people said they was gonna spit on me or some shit. They said they're gonna spit on me at the Laker game. But I tried to give my son the game. I said, listen, son, sometimes when money is involved, a woman will say any goddamn thing. But he just won't listen. You know, he a grown man. So at some point, hopefully a woman don't do him the same way that this woman did him. But 9 times out of 10, it'll probably happen. And then he'll realize when he's a growner man, an older man, just how women play sometimes. So will a man. You what? All she wanted was that money. All she wanted was that money. That's the only reason she was being nice. Women are diabolical. Boy, hey, Rob, she was nice as shit, bringing me the baby every day. And then, you know, my agent told me how to go about it. So I brought her a car. I bought her 2 cars. Paid a down payment for a house. Was paying her child support. So it was nothing they can do. I walked into court. They was like, what are we in here for? And so she wanted to jump this number up to this crazy number that she hear about on Love and Hip Hop. But not understanding that, lady, you already fucked up. You let another nigga sign the birth certificate. I didn't have to do what I was doing. So, you know, it is what it is. That's an assault. They bet not spit on nobody. Plus, you a Laker. But I wasn't planning on going to no Laker games anyway. So I'm really taking the threat with a grain of salt. Now, if they walk up and spit on me on the street, that would be unfortunate because that is an assault. And so, yeah. So I'm just not even opening my mind up to that type of negative energy. I don't think men are that insecure to go run up on me about what I said about another grown man. Every grown man that's a public figure gets spoken about. I think that's just a little Twitter steam. Hopefully it's just Twitter steam that they're blowing off. Because, yeah, these are grown, rich, public figures that they would say that for anybody else. So they need to say the same thing for these people. So.
Held accountable.
That's not an answer.
It wasn't the answer you wanted to hear, but you got the answer.
Boy, going with that. That's not an answer. Yay or nay? Yes or no is the answer.
Did you ask her again? Did you ever ask her again?
No, because I knew she wasn't going to answer.
I will never be put in a position where you will ever be able to do me like that again. And so for 23 years, I did not see or speak to my biological mother. So when this happened last year, and after all that I've gone through and to still get these denials, I'm not good, but I'm good. I'm good. For me, there's nothing else. Two DNA tests? You denying 2 DNA tests? I'm good.
In all, polite savages, there's just one simple question that we need to ask ourselves. Why would anybody be so upset that this would be mandatory? It shouldn't even be a question of a man asking a woman to do it. This should just be something that happens automatically. And if that's the case, then why would anybody be against it? Why are they going to come up and say that, oh, this costs too much money. I don't want to have to incur the cost of this or that or blabble, blabble. Well, the bottom line is this. A lady would much rather let somebody go on their entire life paying for a child that's not theirs than the fact that their infidelity, the fact that their looseness, the fact that maybe they just weren't honest enough come to light. Because some of these ladies of the community are hide-and-seek champions when it comes to accountability. You dig?
There's been women who've been tested, 30 men, and they still have not found the father.
This is what we talk about accountability, right? Because the modern woman.
Ma'am, please tell me that's an exaggeration. You didn't say 3-0 as in 3-0. You meant like 0.03. or I don't know, but 30 men, man, come on, man, there should be a cutoff. After 8 men, you don't know. You was in an orgy, gangbang. You only can get pregnant at a certain time of the month. And if you had sex with that many people at that period of time in the month, then lady, you was in one of them Diddy parties, and anybody could be your baby daddy. It could be Puff Daddy, and he ain't gonna take the child paternity test. So after 8, it's over. Shit, you was in a too big of a gangbang. Damn.
Would prefer to lie than take accountability. So with the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case, she preferred to lie than to be seen. Because I've always said that women have a perception, right, that they want to keep up. They want to be seen a certain way. Okay. And so what it is that for women, image is everything.
But did you know deep down? Did you know? No, I didn't. That's the problem. You have to realize, even as adults, a lot of times we don't get closure on things that mess with us when we were a child or that have been through our life.
With the women that go on the Maury show, and I'm telling you, they go crazy. He should have been doing this before the DNA test comes out, by the way. They're going crazy because what? They're trying to keep an image, right? The problem is, the reason why MTR was talking about, okay, DNA test should be mandatory. The reason why they won't do it is because women's image would be destroyed. Women want an image in this society, and their image is going to be destroyed. So what they would prefer to do is lie, because there are many people, most people, believe.
Hey, that's for facts. With some women, I don't know about all. Some women keep it real. Some women don't give a damn about that image shit. Whatever you see is what you get. Accept them as they are, or they don't fuck with you. But a lot of these women, boy, they will lie to the ends of the earth. Like, I got a baby mama, all she care about is how she's looked at by other people. Like, this mother, I'm like, do you think that you looked at in a good way? Like, man, this shit, I swear, I be sitting there looking like, Lord, how did I tie myself to this shit? I can't wait to these years. I'm just counting down the years to 18. Like, Lord, this is the only reason why my name is associated with this thing, Lord. And plus, I had an undeveloped brain at the time. So you got to give me some leeway. My brain was not developed. Yeah, I started early. I jumped off the porch early. We was young, wild in the streets. I didn't know I was gonna play basketball. So yeah, I made some mistakes with the undeveloped brain, and now that my brain is fully mature, I can't believe my undeveloped brain self. I cannot believe it. But I have not looked back.
That women are quite innocent, believe that they're the ones that are always a victim, right? What will happen is their image will be destroyed and they'll be seen for who they are, and they don't want it.
And to be the dad. The dad cannot sign that birth certificate until the DNA results come back that the child is his. I feel like this is a very good thing nowadays, because sometimes the mom might be confused, don't know who the baby daddy is, and point it to the person that she thinks the baby daddy is.
Y'all be cheating on y'all boyfriend and y'all get pregnant. Why do y'all tell him?
The mom might be confused. No, the mom might have had her legs up too many times, too many raw dog situations, especially at a time of ovulation. Yeah, that's what mama was doing. Mama was getting busy. Mama ain't confused.
Just let your boyfriend be the baby daddy. Just let it be what it is. You don't have to tell him nothing. And when he gets to questioning you, gaslight him. Like, so you really think this not your baby? And if you have to, even threaten him. Say, if we gotta do that DNA test, my baby not in your last name.
I think that the United States making the
Hey, at least she being honest. So anybody that got mad at me for what I said earlier, for what I said, what some of these girls will do, you just heard it right there. I'm glad she said it, because if you think she bullshitting, she is not. I'm telling you right now, it's young girls out here, female, that think exactly like this.
Y'all be cheating on y'all boyfriend and y'all get pregnant. Why do y'all tell him y'all supposed to? Just let your boyfriend be the baby daddy. Just let it be what it is. You don't have to tell him nothing. And when he gets to questioning you, gaslight him. Like, so you really think this not your baby? And if you have to, even threaten him. Say, if we gotta do that DNA test, my baby not in your last name.
I think that the United States making DNA testing mandatory is stupid. I don't think that, it's something that if you feel like you need a DNA test, go do.
First of all, ma'am, I don't know if you got to worry about all that DNA testing and all that. I don't know if you need to be worrying yourself with that. Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know. But why would you say something like that? That is so selfish, ma'am. Don't you know that some of these situations have caused men such heartache they have unalived themselves? Don't you know that some of these scenarios where men have been lied to, they have hurt the female in the situation? They have hurt the children in the situation. These things can be avoided. When you start looking at why things happen and how things are happening, sometimes it starts with a lie. This can be avoided. Instead of giving somebody that much trauma, it's a prideful thing for a man to hold up his child and be proud of his child. And it's disheartening and it's very painful when that man finds out that that's not his child. So to avoid something like that, it's better for them to know right off the rip that, hey, before you build a connection with this child, it done came right out. You thought it was yours in the womb, but right now, right now, go ahead and breathe, dog. She lied to you. Breathe it out. You could be mad with her, but you don't have a connection with this kid. And it's not fair to the kid that grow up not having no chromosomes or no spiritual connection to a man that you're trying to force that connection to for a paycheck. That's not cool.
Do that on your own time because you feel that way. I don't think every person, there's millions of people in the United States. Like, it doesn't make sense that people could be using that time to do other things. Like, you could be saving a life. You could be in a hospital saving a life.
I personally pay taxes and I care about where my money goes.
Shut the up! I have seen some devastating things with paternity court.
Oh, really? It's awful.
I have watched some of the most devastating things, brother, when it comes to.
She say she personally pay taxes and she care about where her money goes. Now, what if everybody took that stance, man? If everybody take that stance, it's over with. So we can't take that stand. So listen, y'all can watch the rest of that video. The rest of it is hilarious. But I'm gonna go to the next video because for time purposes, I'm going to the next video because I watched this video and I kind of agree that this is gonna be bad. Let's see.
Yes, this is already.
So this original channel is the what? Valhalla VFT. I tried. This is the original channel. But I agree with a lot of the stuff he's saying because I would rather some of the taxpayer money go to the SNAP benefits just because I know what's going to happen in the real world in the streets instead of going overseas. So let's listen to this perspective of the situation as far as the SNAP benefits being canceled. This is about the SNAP benefits being canceled. As of November 1st, this is why I'm calling it D-Day, because the SNAP benefits is canceled. They are now trying to make sure women have to prove the paternity of the man first. This is an attack on women. Just hope they don't have to donate an organ. Oh, shit. No, you know the first thing they go to putting up for sale. It's the oldest thing in the book. You already know.
It's going to be some massive things happening. SNAP benefits will be turned off, food stamps. Most likely our service members will not be getting paid. And we are already seeing the consequences of this. The media might not be showing you. There's already been massive runs on grocery stores. Looting has already commenced. Yes, this is going to turn into a shit ton of civil unrest because the one thing you can't take away from the populace without huge consequences is food. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about it. So the government shutdown is on its 27th day, quickly moving next week, about to break the record at 35 days for the longest government shutdown in American history. A lot of people are saying they're not feeling the effects of it. I can promise you America is about to feel the effects of it on November 1st. Now, before I give you my America First opinion about this, let's talk about the actual numbers. And we'll start with the SNAP benefits. Now, you see,
some people like OG going flourish at a time like this. Some people flourish in time, others time of needs, and other people crises. You know, some people are going to flourish, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
a ton of people saying, good, these people are lazy, they don't deserve it. You see some people super pissed off. We'll get to that in a second, but let's actually just look at the numbers first. So this 2024 data, but probably close to what we got now. Annual cost of funding SNAP benefits, $100 billion approximately. The monthly average cost, about $8.3 billion per month. Okay, participants, yes, about 44 million people last year received SNAP benefits each month. 44 million, that's almost 1 in 6 Americans. So I can guarantee you, a lot of people you know personally, even if they haven't told you, are
Damn. 1 in 6 American. Hold up. Wait a minute. Now, how come when I scroll Instagram, it don't look like 1 in 6 Americans on food stamp? When I scroll Instagram and Facebook, boy, niggas looking good, boy. Everybody look like they got money. Should everybody running to play off these food stamps or something? What is going on? Now let me scroll Facebook. Okay, niggas at the club. Oh, these niggas going to jail. This nigga, he in jail. Okay, the houses. Oh. What the fighting? Oh, that's AI. Boy, you gotta get the AI videos up out of here, man. But everybody, oh, okay, party tonight. Okay. Everybody got to be partying. How come it don't look like 1 in 6 people on welfare when you look up Instagram and Facebook? That is crazy. So that means a lot of people out here faking and fraudulating and at rental wheel, getting these wheels, piecing together these Chevys, stealing the motors, faking it till they making it. God. So that means like they finna take the wig off. They finna unveil. This right here finna tell the ugly truth. The motherfuckers that been hollering about, I'm too blessed to be stressed, they about to be stressed. The people that was flexing at the club and the bars, they about to stay home. Or they about to come outside with some bad intentions. So, yeah, I ain't going outside today. I'm being like NBA Youngboy. I'm staying in the house. I'm gonna be in the house, especially around Christmas time. Boy, theft is gonna be at an all-time high. I'm hiring the police to watch properties and everything. I need the police assistant. I'm paying police assistant all December.
probably using food stamps. Average monthly benefit per person, $187. Average monthly benefit per household, $450. Now, I can tell you, me, family of 4, living in Oregon, that's like 1/4 of what our grocery costs are. All right, so let me give you my opinion up front on this before we jump into the massive consequences we're about to see for America and our local communities. Okay. You're going to see a lot of people say, again, that these people are lazy, they're freeloaders, they're just living off the system, they should get out and get a job, right? Now, that is definitely true for a lot of people who are on SNAP benefits. However, conversely, it's also not true for a ton of people who are on SNAP benefits, who are people who are working full-time jobs, including service members up to the rank of E6 at times can qualify for food SNAP benefits. This actually demonstrates a much, much larger problem than people realize. The fact that we have 1 in 6 people qualifying for food stamps, 40 plus million Americans, is a testament to how shitty this.
If you on food stamps and you planning a cruise, we fight. And you know what though? I think it's that type of attitude that they put out there that that overprivileged type of persona. The walking in, throwing the shit in the buggies, the bad attitude, fuck you, we need all this food. I think that turned people off. Because not everybody is like that. It's some people that's on SNAP benefits that really need it. And those people wasn't bragging. Those people wasn't making videos where the average American can't afford one buggy. They wasn't making videos with 3 and walking around heavy and my babies need this. And with the entitlement as if other people's babies don't. And, you know, so it was bad imagery that was being put out. That's why I was just be looking at these videos like, what the are you doing? Do you not know they can see you? Do you not know that it's some people that work 40 hours a week that can't shop like you after paying their bills? You shouldn't put videos like this out. But you know, people don't know how to think.
Economy actually is. Prices have gone up for the last 6 years at an insane inflation rate. Wages have basically not gone up at all. And that continues to work on that path. And it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. And then let me say this, as an America First person, the way I look at this, are there a ton of freeloaders off the system? Yes. But guess what? You know who the biggest beneficiary to SNAP benefits and food stamps are? Is children. So I'm not the type of American that's going to cheer off making American children go hungry just because maybe their parents haven't been that responsible. I would much rather prefer that people who may not deserve it get these benefits so that our neediest children actually don't have starving stomachs. That's just me personally. And what I'll also say as an American First person, and we looked at the numbers, $8 billion per month. Well, guess what? We just bailed out and sent $40 billion to Argentina.
I understand your point. I don't think that we should have sent $40 billion to Argentina either. But that also doesn't mean that I think they should reform the SNAP program to make sure that the people who are disabled and the people who can't really work, they still get benefits. And I do think they should still send the women some money for the SNAP so the kids can get food. But I think they also should come with a requirement to work. It should come with a requirement to work because an idle mind is a devil playground. And it gives people more opportunities to produce more children that they can't take care of. So the ideal of putting people back to work is the right ideal, but I think you got to take a softer approach in the way you go about it. You got to give people opportunity to sign up for these programs. Let them know, sign up for unless they already did this, but they should have been warned that all of you guys need to sign up for these programs to work. And that's how you keep some level of SNAP. But the ones that can work need to work, and the ones that can't should still get their benefits. And that's just my opinion.
The American agriculture and ranchers. So we just gave 5 months worth of SNAP benefits to Argentina. Argentina trades with us at like less than 5% of our GDP. It's like a couple percent. They're not even a big trading partner. They're not a close ally. Not to mention the billions of dollars we keep sending to Israel so that the IDF can have health insurance and food benefits. So no, you cannot convince me that it's a better use of our money to send $40 billion to Argentina rather than to feed low-income American families. And let's be very clear, that's probably also going to...
I agree. Hell no, that is not a better use of my taxpayers' dollars. I would have rather it going to the SNAP program, or don't send no money to Argentina at all. Why in the world are we sending $40 billion or $1 million to Argentina? Don't send Argentina Jack Judy. How about that?
Multiply on top of the fact that our military is about to not get paid. I know that White House tried to come out and say a private donator is donating $120 million to pay for the troops. Do you understand the numbers on that? Let me break these wild numbers down real quick for those of you who don't understand what they're saying by this donation. There's 1.2 million service members. $120 million, it's $100 a service member. That's not about to pay our troops. So let's talk about some downwind consequences nobody's talking about. And that is, what do you think is going to happen when 40 million Americans don't have money for food? Well, we already know what's happening.
They are going to come and try to get food from everybody else who have food. That's what's going to happen. The money he's talking about is for minerals. Okay. don't know. Blame the Democrats. They got these people with the tit mindset. Grown people, man. I don't get it.
They're already starting massive looting runs on grocery stores.
That concerns local store owners like Angel Pimentel, who owns Maturo Fish Market in Pine Hills.
I feel afraid.
Afraid for the business?
For my business and also for the people because, they don't have no money to eat.
He estimates around 40% of his customers pay with EBT cards.
And you're going to see, of course, people involved with that are looting electronics and kind of other shits, taking advantage of what's going on. But imagine what's going to happen later in the month when all the food's gone, or 2 months from now, because it doesn't look like the shutdown's going anywhere for a reason. Both sides, Democrats and Republicans, seem to think that this is an advantage for them. Democrats don't want to reopen the government because regardless of what the polls will tell you or the Schumer shutdown people will tell you, at the end of the day, as longer this goes and people start starving and can't afford anything and are going into massive credit card debt, they're not going to keep blaming the Democrats. They're going to blame the president. They're going to blame the people in power, in charge of the government. That's Republicans. That will shift eventually, I promise you. Building into the 2026 midterm elections. And Republicans definitely don't want the government opened back up. You might see them have said, oh, well, we voted yes for it. Yeah, but you've also only had Congress in session 12 days out of the last 3 months. Not even there, trying to debate or figure it out to reopen the government. And to my point with that is, I don't think we should expect the government to reopen anytime soon, because neither side wants it open. And also, Republicans, if they reopen the government, they'll have to swear in Adelita Gravala, and she'll be the 218th tie-breaking vote to release the Epstein files. So what do you guys think is going to happen if we go multiple months with 40-plus American people without SNAP benefits, without food? You're going to have massive social unrest. It's going to be runs on local grocery stores. People are going to be looting, rioting. And maybe that's what they want. Maybe we want.
And that's what I think. That's what they want. I think it's going to be some rioting too. Because, boy, look at here. It's going to be a problem. It's not about the people. It's about the money laundering. He said, come to any of my family doors wrong, you will no longer need food. Damn. I think that's what they want. Money laundering is correct. Our government is the biggest money laundering in the world, and it's not close. I don't know. I don't know that to be true. I'm just reading the comment. But I agree with this statement right here. This is what happens when you become dependent on the government. It's like we're still not thinking. It's like, how did this happen? Why would we sway our youth to depend on the government? Why would we tell our young sisters that this is okay? Why would we tell them that this is a symbolism of strength and this is a symbolism of you holding up the community when the government is taking care of you? Why not always still, even if you have to go that route to start, still preach the mindset of getting off of that to be independent, because that's true freedom. But instead, it was generation after generation of dependence to now it's entitlement. And now they're going to pull the rug out from under everybody. It's not just black folk. They're going to pull the rug out from under people, which I don't agree with, because like I said, it's going to be too much backlash from American citizens for this to go smoothly, in my opinion. Yeah, in my estimation, it's going to be some problems. Malcolm X warned y'all about the white liberal. Yeah.
Civil unrest, because there's something to be said that at the same time this is happening, we are now going to start putting National Guard troops through riot training and all sorts of different civil unrest handling processes. All right, and then let's talk about the other massive consequence that people don't seem to understand is going to happen, and that's going to be the effect of the economy in your local community, to small businesses in your communities, businesses in general. Because it's like people don't understand all this SNAP benefit money. Where does it go? It goes to American citizens who then do what with it? They go out to their local grocery stores, convenience stores, local small businesses, regular businesses, and they spend that money. That money is directly influxed back into your local economies. So what do you think is going to happen to the local small business near you? They're going to take a massive hit in their revenue. There's going to be businesses that potentially are shutting down because of this. These are
There's going to be businesses, there's going to be restaurants that shut down. There's going to be a lot of things affected by this, because a lot of seafood restaurants benefited from SNAP because they could sell the food to them cold. They could sell the crabs to them in the cold refrigerator, already made up in a tray, and they could swipe their EBT card and then give $1 to have it warmed up. So a lot of these seafood restaurants that was able to take EBT, their revenue is going to go down because a lot of these ladies was enjoying EBT or seafood at these EBT taking establishments because they learned how to, play the system, serve it to them cold. But the stores are about to get ransacked. Stealing and car breaking and car theft, all of this stuff is going to go up, in my opinion.
Second and third order effects people aren't thinking about. Your local grocery stores, meat markets, farmers who are trying to sell their food, all of this is going to be affected. 40 plus million people are no longer going to be spending that money. You may think that's a good thing, and that's fine, that's your opinion, but I will continue to say, as long as our country continues to send things like $40 billion to random countries, while American people don't have food stamps, while service members are not going to get paid, you can't convince me that we have any resemblance of anything that's America first right now. And I'll tell you this, you know what you should be really pissed off about? Government shutdowns basically out of money.
Now, what is it, Amir? What Amir said is crazy. I have a homie that worked 50 plus hours a week, and after bills came buy real groceries, she applied for assistance, and they gave her $23 a month. So the working class can't get help either. That's crazy. And this was sad, y'all. This is what's sad. A lot of y'all women cheered for the Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party has been giving away money to illegals, giving away money to any program that had nothing to do with you mothers that helped them get elected. They give away all of this stuff in return for government jobs, and now Trump has taken away those jobs. So they want you to be mad at Trump, but don't y'all see the trick of dependence that they made y'all up under, or make everybody up under? Like, everything is too high. If working class people can't afford to work, why is that? Is it because they ship the job overseas so that they can sell you a product for a higher price that you can't even afford? They make the iPhones, or they make these devices way overseas in China, sell them to you for $1,000, and it only costs them $25, $30 to make it. So that's why Trump is saying America first, so that you bring those factory jobs back here and you make people pay you a wage, so those margins are not so big. You shouldn't be that rich from a phone. You shouldn't be that rich from making a shoe. Shaq still made a lot of money selling his shoes in Walmart. What is his name? Stephon Marbury still made a lot of money selling his shoes at an affordable price. So it's not like these people care about you. They fake like they care about you, but they won't sell you things at an affordable price. They won't give you a livable wage, and they're willing to take your tax dollars that you work for, that you can't afford groceries, and give it to somebody else and telling you about how they're oppressed. Shit. That's crazy. You buy, we fry. Ron B crazy. Hey, that's how them seafood restaurants was. You buy it cold, they dollar, they fry that thing up, warm it up, whatever you want. Is still making money? Okay. Yeah, so his shoes still making money. And that's what I'm saying. It's more people that can afford Shacks. There's more people in the world that can afford Stephon Marbury's than they can afford LeBron's or Kobe's or any one of these shoes. Although they make a lot of money, I like what Shaq did. I like what Stephon did. They made it to where everyday people can afford their shoes. So what do we think in our mind? That means it's cheap. That means it's not worth buying. And that's not true. So we almost the guinea pigs who like this type of shit anyway. Because if it ain't expensive, we don't want to buy it.
Month now, and it's going to continue probably, who knows how long. I would assume probably at least another month, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. Who knows? We'll find out. But guess what you're still doing? They're still taking money out of your paycheck for federal taxes. So how come I haven't already gotten an 8.3% reduction in my federal tax for the year? 16% after 2 months, 24%. Are we going to see that? Are we going to see a huge refund back for that? Are we going to get that whopped off our taxes? Bet you we don't. All the while, American politicians in Congress continue to collect their money while they aren't even at work. Like I showed you, they've been at work 12 days in the last 90. This is a big vacation for them. So while you're out there cheering on that Trump's owning the libs by cutting off SNAP benefits to poor Americans and their children, instead of realizing that this is a we the people versus the government problem, not only that, do you understand how many Republicans are also receiving SNAP benefits? Let me give you a reminder, roughly 27% of SNAP benefits go to Republicans and another 27% to independents. So yes, more to Democrats, but still, this is affecting everyone across the political aisle. So our government better get their shit together real fast. And all the people who are cheering this on, you should probably look down the road a little bit and understand this.
And I 100% agree. People that's cheering this on, you should look down the road a little bit, because I ain't cheering it on. I think they should figure it out a better way. But Corey Holcomb had something to say about it on the Celebrity Junk. O'Shea Duke Jackson run the Celebrity Junk. Let's get into it.
Crisis in America is really bothering a lot of people. As you guys know, in October, everything is fine, but in November, they may be cutting food stamps or the SNAP program to many people across the country. And of course, who are affected is women.
Y'all need to get y'all's families together and have a big family meeting about how the holidays is canceled. Yeah, cancel all of this shit. Everything is canceled, okay? Don't go out there buying all of these gifts, all of these presents. Don't go out there buying all of this. Furthermore,
They're going to go out there and do it, young lady. Even though you're right and your lips and your skin is beautiful, you're popping. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. I'm not being creepy. I'm just saying you came on there. Your skin is looking nice. Unless it's a filter, you're looking nice. But they're going to still do it. And here's why. The reason why they're going to do it is because we've become so attached to our phones and showing what we do on the daily that we don't know what to do without taking a picture of everything that we do. So if we don't show that we bought gifts and all these things so we can brag to our friends that we bought our girl a new car, or that we received a big rock, or we got engaged, or we got a new bicycle or a new car, we're gonna go out and spend the money so we can show everybody else that we got money. They're not gonna not do it. I'm telling you that right now. We're so used to doing that. We're gonna go spend the money. We're gonna go find the money somewhere. Fam, can't help it. I'm just saying.
you need to start cutting down on your spending and stop buying unnecessary stuff, okay? Because the only way we're going to affect these people is to hit their pockets. They don't give a damn about us, all right? They done suspended SNAP benefits for the month of November. They said, hey, states, we ain't got it. How you ain't got it? How you ain't got it? But you're sending money to other countries. You're sending money to other countries and you're funding their food, you're funding their health insurance. Meanwhile, the government is shut down about an argument about health insurance and about other things that Americans need. But you're sending my money to another country. Shut the shit down.
And we already have seen what's been happening across the United States, especially when it comes to women losing jobs in the government sector. And on Corey Holcomb's 5150 show, he talked about this specifically.
But we're talking about these people who work the system, which was a lot of women who talk shit about their life. Having a job working for the government was working the system. You want me to tell you how I can prove that? Because they took your job. See, if you are a seamstress, you can sew. If you are a whore, if you're a whore, you can sell your body, even if the government shuts down. The oldest profession. There are professions that the government simply cannot shut down. But all of you ladies who were bragging about your position in society, who are on the outside looking in now, you really need to step up and help the next generation and say, I bet on the system and lost.
Specifically ask a question. You women out there,
Woo! Without all the middle stuff, without all the funny stuff he said in the middle, that last part, boy, that stung. That was the truth. You bet on the system and you lost. And for generation after generation, a lot of people just put their lives in someone else's hands, in the system hand. But I don't think, I'm worried more about the repercussions from doing this, though. All of that could be true. The repercussions from doing this is gonna be crazy. OnlyFans about to be jumping. Oh man.
Who were in the government jobs and it didn't work out this way, and you found out exactly what's going to happen to you or what has happened to you, will you tell the next generation what is to come? But at a certain point in the conversation, Darlene started to talk about, the SNAP benefits and the kind of women that are getting pregnant and are on the system.
They don't go after them. They're staying on these government-assisted things.
What did you just say, Darlene?
You know why, though? No, yeah, I know a bunch of them. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. I'm not saying it. I actually see it. I know. I seriously know so many cases. Wait a second. And the reason they don't is because the dads are so-called players. They're out there. They don't have real jobs. They running in the streets.
And Corey Holcomb would respond to this.
People who have babies by gangbangers and street performers know that there's absolutely no money there. So instead, I will keep these government benefits. But now they're taking the government benefits. And I will say that.
So now you port workers and all you got dang on tradesmen, y'all on deck. These women gonna be purposeful now. Where you work at? They ain't gonna let them broke niggas jizzle them up. They gonna still have sex with them, but they gonna make sure, you ain't getting that up in me. I'm gonna take me a plan B today. Fuck that. That's what they gonna be doing. But you niggas that got money, they gonna be acting nice. They gonna be cooking you niggas dinners. They gonna be, y'all gonna fall for a hook, line, and sinker too. Them ones that wasn't cooking before, they gonna be learning how. They gonna be watching that Cooking with Kaya show, twerking in the kitchen, cooking and shit. They finna be learning. Cause well, look at here, the price of that thing just went down. I'm talking about, man, and it's more women than men too. And them carb notes is high. Hey, it's finna be the average working man with 3 side chicks. That nigga finna have a girlfriend. It's gonna be an average working man with 3 side chicks. Cause it depends on what a woman need. There's gonna be some women that they just need light bill money. There's gonna be some women that they just need a little help with the mortgage. And it's depending on what they need. It's gonna be niggas. It's gonna be niggas that work at the post office with 3 girls. It's gonna be crazy. Woo woo, woo woo.
I really hate they're taking Section 8 away. Because a lot of the Section 8 heifers that I be with have a place to go when I'm done with them. If you take away their place to go, it's more pressure on me. Because I have to flat out tell them, listen, you can't stay here. No, your daughter cannot come up and pee. I don't want your child to know this place. I don't want you to know this place, but I use your only asset for a couple of dollars. That's all this is. If there's no Section 8, what are we going to do with these homeless women that are still clean enough to sleep with?
It sounds funny.
Man, this nigga Corey Holcomb crazy. And they say, I do not want your daughter to come up to pee. He said the ones that's homeless but still clean enough to sleep with. I'm not laughing. For anybody out there that's homeless, that is a tragedy. I know some fine women that are sleeping in vans and parking lot at Walmart. And I don't know them, but I saw it on the show on YouTube. She said she sleep in the parking lot in a van living. And I watched the YouTube page. I said, what the? She's sitting there in a nice little pair of undies, laying in the bed. So I watched. She had a lot of views. I'll tell you what, she about to get up out that van because the views that she getting on YouTube from just laying in them underwears in them vans, they about to buy her an apartment. So yeah. So it's a crazy world out here. I'm cool with van living. Yeah, it's gonna be some people van living. It's gonna be some people van living, boy. I'll tell you that now. And it's gonna be some people that say they wanted to be by themselves and I just end up being alone. They gonna end up trying to be with a man now.
Like when he says it, and that it's not feasible, but what he's talking about actually makes sense. Now, as you guys know, I'm living in another country right now. This situation with women needing a lot of help is more prominent here, but we act like it's not prominent in the States. All right, even with women who do have jobs, there could be a very bad opportunity for women to not save their money, mismanage funds, and then imagine you're on SNAP, and then your food is not covered, and then you're not savvy enough to save, and you have kids and all that stuff. For a lot of the dudes out there, we're gonna be honest, when situations like this happen, women can become vulnerable, right? And if you're a dude and you like a lady and she has kids and you're doing well, we already know what could happen. And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Some dudes gonna be moving these chicks in their house. All right, women are not ashamed to ask you for stuff, if they need it. All right, we're not saying that all of them, but yes, if it gets bad enough where there is no food out there, you will see certain women, not all women, obviously, because some women have families, some men got brothers and sisters and stuff like that, but some don't. And for a lot of men, they'll be having to say, no, you can't stay here, or yes, you can stay here, and that's gonna mess it up. All right, and we don't really think about that. Those dudes who do deal with the down bad, right? And Corey Holcomb is a dude that says he specifically deals with the down bad. And I'm talking about chicks that are, not doing very well because he's not really looking for no relationship. I got a homeboy who literally says if he sees women financially struggling, needing help, he actually it excites him. Okay, don't get me wrong. For some dudes, you may think that's an opportunity. Not everything that glitters is gold. When you deal with a chick that don't have her own money, that means you're paying for everything and consistently nickeling and diming your ass. It's a lot to think about. And imagine somebody nickel and diming you. Like I said, they kids in the house all day. They eating up all your stuff. You may have a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bathroom. You paying for food. Taking care of women is not cheap at all. I mean, I'm in Uganda where it's way cheaper to take care of somebody here, but it's still a lot of money. I mean, just imagine. Women's hair, nails, they like to look good. Women don't like to look bad. Feeding, they want to go out. You know what I'm saying? Movies, you think about the kids. That's it. I mean, man, taking care of people is something that's difficult, man. And certain dudes, if it get too bad, certain dudes gonna be in a position where they gotta say yeah. Because if you don't help her, you're not gonna clap anymore. And then at the same time, a lot of men are gonna feel like, listen, I'm doing the right thing. You know what I mean? This is like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm helping her. I feel good about this. A lot of men do feel good about, doing things for women, taking care of women, especially if, you're clapping and it's cool. It's a joy. A lot of men, like I said, we take pride in that. But at the same time, that can be a hassle. And if they losing their Section 8, if they losing their rent, if they losing that, what Corey Holcomb is arguing is that somebody got to pay for that. And a lot of dudes is dealing with women who are down bad. You see some chicks, you be at Burger King, you go out there, you go through the drive-thru, and I'm just gonna be real. If she bad enough, you're gonna talk to her.
Hey man, this nigga examples be funny. You see a girl, you go to the drive-thru at Burger King, she bad enough, you go to talk to her. It be some fine jokers working in the drive-thru. For sure. JJ talking about especially when they need help. Well, they want a different power dynamic. When you need help, they automatically give them a power dynamic over you. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say when you need them. Oh, shut up. I'll be there at 2 a.m. Yeah. You better be up. Well, I ain't trying to hear that. I'll be over there. You want the rent paid, don't you? All right, I'll be over there. That's how they gonna do you when you need them. Shit. You that on call. Because essentially you calling them for something. So yeah, but never, you don't want to put yourself in that situation. Yeah, you don't. But listen, I gotta go. It's that time. I got some things that I gotta handle this morning. So y'all have a blessed day because I gotta move around before I take my pill. Once I take them pills, I go loopy. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. So yeah, man. And the pill that I'm talking about is a prescription Yes, it's prescription. I don't want you jokers clipping things up. You probably will anyway, but that I don't care. But listen, I think this is an attack on these women. I hope that they find a better way to open this government back up and get some people some funding. Not only are the SNAP benefits going to be cut November 1st, but people who work for the government in the military are not going to get paid. So postal workers, I think they still get paid, but a lot of government employees will not get paid. So that's not good. I don't know if that run over to police officers and things of that nature, but I want you guys to stay safe, stay prayed up, because in the next month or two, yeah, it's gonna be, you got to guard your grill, you know, for the next however long, but for especially for the next month or two, you know, you got to make sure you stay safe out there. So salute to y'all. I'm up out of this thing. I'm gone.